What's up, everybody? Are we live? Let me make sure we're all live on my end. It's been a minute. It's been about a month since I went live, so let me just make sure we're sounding good. All right, we're good. We're good. Audio's working good. All right, cool. Happy Saturday. What are we? November 21st, 2020. Today is a live Q&A. It's been a minute since I've done a Q&A. So excited to do one of these, but also at the same time, we're celebrating a pretty cool milestone on the channel, which is 8,000 subscribers, man, which is kind of crazy for me personally. It's been a journey. It's been a fun journey. It's been an awesome journey. And I couldn't be more appreciative of being where we're at now with the channel, man. And I'm just so proud of the channel that we have kind of grown as a community and the awesome people I've met throughout this experience. And it's just, just a great time, to to be at the point in the year that we're at with 2020 and all the craziness going on, but being able to have a cool community that we're kind of building here, and again meeting the awesome people and interacting with you all has been one of the highlights of 2020, without a doubt. So yeah, guys, again, this is a live Q&A celebration of 8K of this community we're building. So drop your questions in the chat. Pop culture question, movie questions, TV questions, whatever you guys want to talk about. We'll be on here for probably about an hour and a half or so, depending on the questions, obviously. But yeah, guys, let's just have a good time on this Saturday afternoon. So we got some people already in the chat. We got good afternoon, my friend. Hope you're enjoying your day. Hope you're enjoying your day as well. Thank you for tuning in. What's going on? What's up? How we doing today? Certain Vids, man, happy belated birthday, man. Thank you for stopping by, man. Hope all is well on your end. And again, happy belated birthday. What's going on? CBiz TV, congrats. Thank you so much. Dark Demon Queen. It's been a minute. How you been doing, Dark Demon Queen? Hey, just dropping by to say congrats. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hope all is well. What's going on, Mac? Hey, good brother. Congrats. Thank you, man. Appreciate it, Mac. Thank you for stopping by, man. We got Jay, my man, Jay. How we doing, man? Are we doing any cooking today, Jay? Any grilling or anything like that, man? Hope all is well, Jay. It's nice to have something to celebrate this year. I know, right? Yeah, it is crazy times, but it's little things like this that you can be appreciative of, building a community, be appreciative of waking up every day, and there's the little things in life that we can always kind of celebrate, right? But it has been a crazy year, no less. It's my first time here on, and by the way, my first name is pronounced Aja. Okay, cool. Well, thank you for stopping by. Hey, man, congrats. Thank you. I'm not even sure if we've ever interacted before, but thank you, Ahmed. Thank you for stopping by. How long have you had your channel? 2017, September 4th to be exact, of 2017 is when this channel began, CBiz TV, and we've been a lot of interesting different things that we've done on this channel the last 3 years, mostly reviews, of course, but in implementing live streams this last once COVID hit, started doing a lot more streams and all that stuff. But yeah, man, September 4th of 2017 is when this channel began. And I actually had a YouTube channel actually before that, when I was in high school and kind of into college, but didn't really keep up with it. So yeah, man, 3 years and running, man. So it's been an adventure so far. Hold on, let me just make sure I send out all the links so we can get some people in here to ask some questions and just have a good time today. So hold on one second. Let me just create this little link here and we'll be good to go. But yeah, guys, let me know what you guys been up to in regards to movies, shows, any plans for this weekend, any good stuff you guys recommend, the usual stuff, just kind of catching up with you all. Cause like I said, it's been about a month since I've been live, especially with the Q&A. So Christian, how we doing, man? Congrats. Thank you so much. Christian, you're here too. Hey there. Yeah, we got the whole gang, got the whole crew in here, man. So yeah, like I said, any questions you guys have, let me know in the chat and we will answer them. We will have a good discussion. I mean, there's been some while I'll wait for you guys to drop in some comments, let me pull up some articles here, man. We've gotten some pretty crazy news. And of course, myself and David from Flicks Talk, we go live every Sunday, which we'll go live tomorrow talking about some of the big movie news of the week. But let me just pull up some stuff and maybe we could talk about that if you guys want. You guys kind of send in your questions, we'll obviously pivot to those questions. But let me pull up some news articles and get you guys' thoughts and obviously get my thoughts on some of the stuff. And again, tomorrow on Flicks Talk channel, we'll be going live talking about majority of all these news, but just kind of sharing some tidbits and some thoughts on some of the news that have come out in the last 24 hours or 48 hours or so. But let's see what we got here. Let's see. There's nothing on TV to watch. I haven't been watching Fargo. Yeah, Fargo's been fun, man, and we've obviously been talking about it in the comment section every week. But yeah, Fargo's been a good show. There's also a show on FX, A Teacher, which is, a very uncomfortable show, to say the least, involving a teacher having, sleeping with a student of hers. But it's been really kind of fascinating seeing Kate Mara and Nick Robertson kind of play those roles. So that's the show I've been watching. HBO, The Undoing, if you're into murder mystery dramas, that was a really good movie or a good show to watch. And we got episode 5 tomorrow. And of course, we got all the Mandalorian. And is there any other shows that are out? I can't think of anything else, but yeah, man, it's that time of the year where the movie season is really kind of picking up, a lot of the Oscar movies. So I'm really excited for a lot of the streaming stuff we're getting. Still recommend the Sophia Alarming, which, the movie, is that the movie we're talking about with on Netflix with the that you talked about last week? Yeah, I haven't got a chance to check that out yet, Jay, but it is on the bucket list, man. Me being says, let's talk about Peter Rabbit 2. I haven't seen the first Peter Rabbit, so I'm not too sure if I can, if my knowledge on Peter Rabbit is as good as yours, Christian. Eric, his Dark Materials. Eric, I tried to get into it, man. And I love the cast, man. Was it Daphne Keane, James McAvoy, which I don't think he's that involved in the show. Linwell, I know he's in it, and there's a couple other great actors. Maybe I give it another shot, but I just couldn't get into it, man. I really couldn't, unfortunately. Just finished watching. Yeah, that's something I kind of missed, unfortunately. I heard it's because I'm a big fan of Euphoria, and I heard it's kind of similar to Euphoria, but kind of a different, obviously different kids. And I think it's more like in an urban setting versus Euphoria is a little bit, kind of suburban situation. But yeah, that's been on my list for last month. I just haven't come around to it. But you say a Grand Army, even though it's geared towards today high school. Yeah, I heard it was really good, Mac. And I like I said, I got to check it out one of these days because, like I said, I love Euphoria. So thank you for the suggestion. I'll do it. Yeah, again, man, it's a dramatic drama murder mystery with Nicole Kidman, Hugh Grant, and I've really been enjoying it. It's from the same creator, David E. Kelly from Big Little Lies and other kind of shows of that nature. So if you're in some murder mysteries with a mixture of drama, then it's definitely worth checking out, man. And there are 4 episodes in, and episode 5's tomorrow. Let's see here. Hey, I was wondering if you ever watched Atlanta from Donald Glover. If yes, yeah, that's one of my favorite shows. One of my favorite shows on TV. Well, not on TV currently, but in the last 4 or 5 years. I'm a big Donald Glover fan. I'm a big Childish Gambino fan. So yeah, that's one of my favorite shows when it was on TV. And I'm excited for season 4 and 5, if I'm not mistaken. It's been so long. It's been 3 years since we got in the last season, or 2.5 years. But of course, they're all incredibly busy, which that's one thing I love about that show is seeing them kind of branch off. Of course, Donald Glover was on the rise when the show started, but seeing, where Lakeith Stanfield is now and seeing where, Zazie Beetz, my man, what's his name? Henry. I can't think of his first name right now, but seeing him branching off and doing big things. He's going to be, he was in the Joker. He's going to be in the next Marvel Eternal movie. So something David E. Henry or something like that. But yeah, just seeing that cast being so big, I love Atlanta. So to answer your question, yes, I'm a big fan, and I can't wait for it to come back. Hopefully next year. Talking about Peter Rabbit still. Will you talk about Wonder Woman 84 on the other stream tomorrow? Yeah, I mean, I would imagine that's going to probably be, one of the topics tomorrow on David's stream that we do every Sunday. But I mean, just kind of quick tidbits on it now. It's a game changer. It is a game changer, no less, to see Brian Tyree Henry. Yeah, thank you, Christian. But yeah, it's a game changer, man, to see a $200+ million film on a streaming platform, and it's for free too. So that not only is it kind of like, Disney with the whole Mulan situation, but yeah, man, I'm a big Wonder Woman fan. That's my favorite DCEU film to date. I love Patty Jenkins. I love the chemistry her and Gal Gadot have. I'm really excited to see Cheetah with Kristen Wiig. I'm excited to see Pedro Pascal and all that stuff, and obviously see the return of Steve Trevor. So I'm really excited for it. Obviously, I wish I could have saw it in theaters, but circumstances are not, and it's not able to be seen right now. For like right now, I'm in St. Louis and we're on a lockdown. So, but I'm excited to check it out. But I wish it was being able to. I wish the first time of me seeing 84, Woman on 84 was on the big screen. But like I said, we'll talk about it more tomorrow on David's channel. But definitely a game changer. Curiously, where do you currently live? Oh yeah, so I live in St. Louis. So as I just mentioned, yeah, St. Louis, Missouri. Are you excited for the House of Dragons? I'm scared it won't happen or something. Yeah, I'm a big Game of Thrones fan. I love we're going to get the origins of the Targaryens and all that stuff, and maybe see a little bit of Robert's rebellion, which I doubt that they'll put that into the mix. But yeah, I'm really excited for it. I think it's going to happen. I mean, I know they shot like the first episode for that one spinoff and it got canceled, but I have fingers crossed for this one because I'm a big fan of Game of Thrones and I miss those Sunday nights of Game of Thrones and getting all excited for it. Hey, what's going on still? Austin, what's up, man? This guy right here, guys, Austin Burke. Congratulations to you, my friend, on the recent milestone of 75,000 subscribers, man. I've been a fan of yours for a while, man. And you talk about people I kind of inspire as far as the YouTube space in regards to just consistency and just, being able to branch off and talk about smaller shows, big movies, independent movies. I get a lot from this guy here. So first and foremost, thank you for stopping by, Austin. And second, thank you for the super chat. If you guys want, you don't have to, but if you want to donate to the channel, as Austin did, we have super chats available. We have PayPal, we have Streamlabs, all that fun stuff. But thank you so much, Austin. But 10K is coming soon, man. Keep going. Your consistency is off the charts. Love your reviews. Like I said, the consistency was, like I said, you're a huge influence on that, Austin. Because like I said, man, been watching your channel for a couple years, man, and just boom, pumping out some great content is definitely something that gets me motivated, man. So again, thank you for stopping by. Congrats on your milestone. Thank you for the super chat. And one day, man, hope to do a collab one of these days with you, man, because like I said, you were definitely one of my favorite YouTubers in the space, man. So thank you so much, Austin. Really appreciate that, man. Let's see, Robert, what's going on, Robert? Hey, Ellie, congrats on 8K. You've always killing it. Oh, I appreciate it, Robert, man. I'm looking forward to you. I know you've been talking about it for a while. I know you have your Instagram showing your collection, but I'm looking forward to that YouTube channel showing off your awesome collection, Robert. But thank you so much for stopping by, man, and hope all is well in your neck of the woods. I know David told me you guys out in LA are on the shutdown as well. So hopefully you're staying safe, Rob. Watched your new series Woke on Hulu earlier this week. Definitely got to check it. Yeah, what's my man's name? The comedian. I saw the trailer. It looked funny. I was gonna watch it, and then things kind of came up, and then I forgot about it. But I've been meaning to check that out, Mark. Let me if you finish it, let me know if it's definitely worth kind of diving into, man, or however far you are in the season. Let me know if it's definitely something to check in. Yeah, he did voice Miles Morales' dad, which was great. He's a great actor, man. He's doing big things. You and David deserve 1 million subscribers. Yeah, appreciate the support, Rob. Are you going to check out Run on Hulu? That may be a good movie. Oh, hey, surprise, man. I already watched it. I had an early review for it. I dropped the review earlier this week on Monday, I believe. Monday or Tuesday. But yeah, check out the review. Check out my thoughts. A little sneak preview of my review. I'm a fan of the director and the way his sensibilities is with kind of that genre within suspense thriller genre. I love Sarah Paulson. And then I believe her name was Kara Allen, kind of her first big break into Hollywood. I really enjoyed her performance. There were some criticisms I had with the movie, but I enjoyed it for the most part. But again, check out my review that I did for the film. It's no spoilers, but definitely something I recommend you all give a shot if you guys have Hulu. Question: how do you get early access to certain films and shows? Excuse me. Allergies, man. Great question. So how to get screeners. So I actually I guess 2 years ago, I was able to get early access to like movies when they were theaters, when theaters were open. And that was just more or less, there's like different ways to get screeners out here in St. Louis. Like you can go on websites and go for contests and, different ways of getting early access to movies. So that was like a really easy kind of route to get into the movie access in regards to the theaters, but nothing like I don't have a relationship with the studios quite yet during that time. But as the pandemic hit, I was fortunate enough to, talk to some people I've collaborated with, and they gave me some different outlets to be able to reach out to Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, HBO, and then a couple movie studios. So, for example, Netflix, they have a website. I can't think of the website off top, but it's like Netflix media outlet. And it's essentially, it's their hub for people for the press and people that are journalists and people that have different platforms to do, to voice their opinions on content. If you go to their website, you can sign up on their website. It's free. You fill out a form, let them know what your channel is about, your outlet's about, your website's about. And then if they feel like it's, you have enough content to kind of, be able to get early access, then they let you in. So Netflix has that type of website. Hulu does the same thing. HBO does the same thing. So there are various websites that you can sign up for. And if they feel like you have enough content that are, touches on the stuff that they make, then they'll accept, your entry. And then once you get into the door, then they give you a list of different PR people that you can reach out to. So every individual movie on Netflix, every individual show on Netflix has different PR people assigned to represent the film. So you get a list of their emails. You say, hey, my name's Elliot from Movie Files. I would love to cover this show, and give them an example of my content. And fingers crossed, they give you the content and you're able to check out things early. And that's, man, talk about a game changer for me personally this year. Being able to have early access to movies and shows have definitely been a time saver. Being able to, instead of because back in the day, in my early days on my channel, I used to, if a show dropped on Netflix on Friday, I'm spending a whole day watching it, coming up with my review and then putting the review out. But now I have, some shows I'm lucky enough to get it, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month in advance, can kind of spread it out, kind of come up with, my review. So it's been a game changer. So there's a lot of different outlets to be able to get early screeners, and it's pretty good to have when you're, putting out so much content. I try to do as much as possible. Eric says, yeah, there's no other show like it. Yeah, again, Eric, man, I know we us Game of Thrones fans, we collectively speaking, I can't speak for everyone, obviously, but season 8 was a little bit of a disappointment, to say the least, right? So but I always remember at its peak, man, there was, like you said, there was nothing like Game of Thrones on a Sunday, talking about, what is Khaleesi, Jon Snow, the White Walkers. I mean, I'll never forget just that. Oh man, that water cooler talk, and just speculating about what's to come. And then obviously as the seasons went by, and then they didn't have the book and the source materials to kind of pull from, the creative decisions for the characters didn't pan out as we wanted to be. But I'll never forget at its peak how incredible that show was. So hopefully we get that with the House of Dragons. Thank you for the congrats. Again, guys, leave your questions in the chat. You got some great questions so far. And again, it could be anything, like, Steele asked about early screeners. If you guys want to talk about the YouTube space in regards to growth and different things of that nature. If you guys want to talk about shows, you want to talk about movies, comics, music, we can talk whatever, guys. I love interacting with you all. And again, I'm here to celebrate this awesome milestone that we just crossed just this past week. So anything you guys want to talk about, let's discuss. So let's see. So what's interesting stuff you've been watching? So streaming lately, like I mentioned, HBO, The Undoing's been a really good watch. Fargo season 4, I've really enjoyed. I know it's been kind of a mixed bag for people, but I've really been enjoying Fargo season 4 so far. We got 2 episodes of that. A Teacher on FX on Hulu. I really have enjoyed that so far. Again, it's a very uncomfortable show, but I'm really liking where the show is headed, because you really don't see that side of sexual assault. If you all aren't too familiar with The Teacher, it's Kate Mara. She's a teacher in high school. She's sleeping with a student of hers that's 17 years old, played by Nick Robertson. And it just kind of shows you the different things of, like, someone in that position, how they groom their victims, and how they, it's a really interesting show, no less. But like I said, it's a very uncomfortable show, because like I said, they really dive into all the stuff that goes down within that relationship. So that's been an interesting watch. What else? I can't talk about it, but I just watched Selena on Netflix, which will be premiering on December 4th. What else have I been watching? There's there's a couple other stuff too. The Mandalorian, of course. So yeah, there's been a lot of great streaming shows and also movies too. There's a lot of great movies coming out this coming week. Uncle Frank with Paul Bettany and Sophia Lillis. We got Happiest Season, which I watched and reviewed. Sound of Metal's coming out next week with Riz Ahmed and Olivia Cook. I know Hillbilly Elegy got bombed by the critics, but I really enjoyed that film. So, yeah, man, there's a lot of stuff coming out. And Soul, too. I got the opportunity to see Pixar Soul a couple weeks back, and I'm really excited to talk about that with you all. So, yeah. Mark says, what do you think about Apple obtaining the rights to Charlie Brown? Now all the series no longer appear only on Apple TV. So I guess I saw that article. I didn't really read into it, Mac, but I love Apple TV. I'm a big fan of their content. So, but accessibility is obviously a big thing, and not everyone has the Apple. They're not Apple fans. So, yeah, that is kind of unfortunate. But we know, Mac, man, when it comes to the streaming services, everyone's picking their content and putting it on their platform. So it doesn't surprise me that they've scooped it up and make it exclusively to Apple. But it is, like I said, it is unfortunate that people who don't have Apple don't have the opportunity to watch it. So. But yeah, I have to read more into the article to kind of get all the details about it. But like I said, I love Apple. So awesome. Hey, appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you again, man. A big fan of yours, man. And like I said, one day we'll love to collab, Austin. And again, thank you so much for stopping by, man. Let's see here. Film opinions recently found your channel, so I apologize if you already answered this question. What's your favorite movie? Are we talking all time? We're talking this year. I'll give you both. How about that? So favorite all-time movie is Jurassic Park. It was just, I'll never forget seeing that as a kid and not really even being fascinated with dinosaurs, but after seeing that film, becoming a dinosaur fan and just having a bunch of toys and just being in that world. And I haven't seen the film in theaters, which is something definitely I want to check off my bucket list. But it's something I watch pretty regularly, as far as once a year I watch Jurassic Park because it's just my favorite film ever. I just love the adrenaline rush and just the world building, the practical effects, the characters, obviously. And I'm excited to see what they do with this new Jurassic Park in a couple years, Domain, seeing all the original cast coming back together. So favorite movie all time, Jurassic Park. And then as far as this year, obviously I'll be doing like a top 10 movies of this year, but just off top with no particular order, The Five Bloods comes to mind, Palm Springs comes to mind, Trial of Chicago 7. What else do we have? I don't want to give too much away from a film. There's a couple films I've seen that will definitely make it on the list that will be coming out next month or so. But what else comes to mind? His House on Netflix was a really good one. So those are just some that come to mind this year. Excited for Servant. Oh, man. Dude. Excited for Serving with You. That's when I discovered your channel. Oh, that's awesome. That was last year, right? So I appreciate you being part of this community for the last year, man. And I cannot wait for season 2 of Servant, July 15th, right? Man, I am so excited for that because the season finale was, I can't wait to revisit the show because I just remember every single week, as you remember from watching those reviews, it was just like, what the hell's going on? But I love that show, man. I'm excited to see what they do with the season 2 and see what they get into, man. But I can't wait for the next season. Congrats on reaching the milestone. Thank you. PBS will be showing Charlie Brown. Oh, okay. Got you. There you go. So I guess it's not exclusively on Apple. Certain Viz just stopped by again. Thanks for the birthday. Oh yeah, man. Like I said, man, congratulations on your birthday. Well, I guess considering the year the 2020 has been, I guess it is to be appreciative to celebrate another year. So yes, man, no problem. Happy belated birthday, and thank you, Certain, for stopping by. What is the name of the channel you'll be on tomorrow? Yeah, so it's Flix Talk. David at Flix Talk, man. We go live every Sunday at 12 p.m. Central Time, and it's it's like a 2-hour show, and we kind of break down all the movie news, TV news. We have a good time discussing that stuff and taking questions from the live chat. So again, that is David at his YouTube name. His name's David, but his YouTube channel is Flix Talk. So we're there every Sunday, and also check out his channel. He has some great content. He does first time reactions. He talks, he does movie reviews. He does a lot of live streams for like gaming and Q&As like this. So definitely show some support to David, as well as show some support to all the other, I know people that have YouTube channels in the chat now, Certain Vids, of course, Austin Burke, trying to see if there's any other. Christian has a great YouTube channel, and a couple other people here that I know do some YouTube stuff. So definitely check out all the wonderful content creators that are in the chat. And I said Christian, and you're the one with the question here. But yeah, David at Flix Talks is the channel will be on tomorrow. And every Sunday, I should say. Eric says, I know you reviewed season 2 of Doom Patrol. I'm 10 episodes into season 1 and don't really get why people like it. Seems like it's just weird for the sake of being weird. Am I missing something? So that's a great comment there, Eric. So season 1 of Doom Patrol, for me, the back half isn't as strong as the first half. So I kind of understand, because I was kind of on that same boat with you. Like, I really enjoyed the first half. I'm like, oh man, this out, and I love wacky. So when you brought up the weird thing, I love when things get weird, especially in the mature audience and the mature nature of that show. So I really enjoyed the wackiness of the first half. As the season kind of went on, it kind of lost its momentum for me personally. But when it comes to season 2, it was kind of a mixed bag for me, and I reviewed it. You can check out my review of season 2 of Doom Patrol. But you know, some of my favorite characters were kind of in the background. They introduced the Dorothy. Well, I don't want to give too much away because you haven't seen season 2, but I would say, if you enjoyed the first half of Doom Patrol like I did for season 1, I think you'll enjoy season 2. But unfortunately, season 2 was affected by COVID and they had to cut production. So when you get towards that back half again, it kind of floats in that same boat where they're not as cohesively speaking, not as strong as the first half. But I love Doom Patrol, man. It's one of my favorite shows in the DC universe, one of my favorite DC shows next to, the first couple seasons of Arrow and Flash, the first couple seasons of Legends of Tomorrow. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Doom Patrol, but I totally get it's not for everyone, right? Because like you just said, it is very weird, it's very wacky. But I love shows like that, and Legion. I just love the wacky kind of craziness, and sometimes it is, vulgar and obscure and weird for the sake of being weird. But that's the characters too. In Doom Patrol, I mean, you have Robot Man, you have these different characters with these really obscure powers. So it's kind of, it fits the mold of the show for me, and I kind of like that. So, but like I said, I completely understand where you're coming from, because it's not for everyone. Regarding my question earlier, try for answering your top. Thanks for. Oh yeah, no problem. Like I said, man, I'm always here. Any questions regarding anything, I'm always here to help. Top 3 horror movies. If we're talking all time. Definitely number 1 is 1978's Halloween. John Carpenter. Love that. Saw that in the theaters last year, and that was like a game changer for me. It was already my number 1 horror film of all time, but seeing it in theaters just added to my love for that film. So John Carpenter's Halloween 1978. Number 2 for me, and this is a little bit more of a recent film, but 2013's The Conjuring. I'll never forget seeing that at the theater. And just, again, James Wan's one of my favorite horror directors ever. I just love the way he crafts his horror and the way he tells a story. He doesn't rely on jump scares or blood and gore. It's more of like caring for the characters, caring for the situation, and going on this journey. So I love The Conjuring. That's definitely top tier for me. And then I guess another one that kind of comes to mind. There's so many. I love horror. If you all don't know, I'm a big horror fan. So the Shining is definitely up there for me. Stanley Kubrick, obviously, all the stuff that went down with him and Stephen King. Not being a fan of the film, but I just love The Shining. It's like all time favorite. Obviously, top 3 for me. So it is literally. I did a list. A list of my top 10 favorite horror films of the last decade. So I did a video for that. But I've never done a top 10 of all time. So it's definitely something that maybe a video to do in the future. But yeah, I'm a big horror fan. So, but like I said, Halloween is definitely top tier for me. It's something I watch every year and something that I no doubt just love. And I'm excited to see what they do with Halloween Kills next year, which was a bummer that it got delayed. But let's see. Oh, we got a super chat. Let me go to that super chat, because I don't want it to disappear on me. And it's from Niecy Smith. This is someone right here. You talk about someone that always supports the channel and is always there just to support videos, great comments, and just a great person from just the interactions we've had on YouTube and on different outlets. So she says, congrats on the 8K. I really appreciate it. Again, You are one of those people that helped this channel grow. Again, you're supporting the channel, whether it be wonderful super chats, whether it be great comments. I know we've been talking about a teacher recently on FX, so you're definitely someone that I appreciate reading your comments. Always love seeing your name in the comments. Always love when you're tuning into the stream. So again, from I don't know if it's conveyed enough how much I appreciate your support on the channel, but I definitely do support you. And again, you're one of the people that helped this channel grow. So everyone that's in here, number one, thank you for being in. But it's a special shout out to you with the super chat and also being a great supporter of the channel and being part of this community. So thank you so much. I'm glad you were able to stop by. Let's see. Let me go back up here and catch up. Mark says, I really tried to watch Game of Thrones. I just couldn't get into, oh man, I got a lot of flack of it. Yeah, again, I can see. I really can't see, but I can see. To each his own, right? I love Game of Thrones. I haven't revisited it since the, season 8, but it's definitely something I want to kind of rewatch. I've seen the show in its entirety 3 times, but I definitely want to rewatch it again. But yeah, I love Game of Thrones, man. But again, I understand. If I wonder, let me know, Mark, if you're still in the chat, how far did you get into Game of Thrones? Like, did you do like 2-3 episodes of the first season and kind of called it quits, or did you like watch 8 episodes, the first season entirety, and then it just didn't work for you? I would love to know. Let me know if you're still in here, Mark. Do you have early access to? I reached out to Netflix. They hit me with the, we'll keep you in mind. So fingers crossed, Jay. But I'm hoping to see it sooner rather than later. But I've heard nothing but great things. I've heard the performances across the board from Viola Davis, and of course, rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. So I'm really excited to check that out. So hopefully I can see it sooner rather than later, man. Hopefully in the next couple of days. And if so, I believe, is there an embargo? I don't know. I don't think there's an embargo right now. I think some people already reviewed it, but I'm hoping to see it soon, Jay, and hopefully keep an eye out for a review for that. Hopefully next week. Fingers crossed, man. I'll be leaving soon. It's great chatting with you, Movie Files. Take care. Hey, thank you for stopping by. Again, I know we just got into connection this last couple weeks or so. I know you've become a new supporter of the community and seeing your name in the chat. So I appreciate you stopping by. I appreciate you being part of the 8,000 subscribers, and you have a great day, and we'll see you soon. Where do you think season 2 of Mando where do you think season 2 of Mando and the show in general is headed? So if you saw my review yesterday on episode or chapter 12, directed by Carl Weathers, I mentioned that I predict that the show is going to be, next episode, I think we're going to get Ahsoka. I believe the episode title has come out. It's called Jedi, I believe, and Dave Filoni's directing it. So of course it makes sense that he's going to bring the character he created to the big screen for the first time. So I think we're going to see Ahsoka, and based on last week's episode, I don't want to spoil anything for those that haven't seen yesterday's episode, but based on those experiments and the how do I say this without spoiling? Based on the low M count from a particular character, I think that's where Ahsoka is going to come into the mix, and I think that kind of opens the door for either some particular characters we saw in the movies in the last couple of years, or maybe some new characters in general. So I'm really excited for Ahsoka getting in the mix. And I think Gideon and all and everything, they're gonna look for some more M counts, and I think that's where Ahsoka's going to come to the mix. And of course, you got Bo-Katan trying to get the saber, the dark saber, and of course, you have Boba Fett still out there. So there's a lot of stuff going on. And Cara Dune maybe getting recruited somewhere. So I'm really excited for the second half of the show. And if I'm not mistaken, I read something on Twitter where the trailer that we saw, we're pretty much caught with the trailer. So everything that we see moving on, we haven't seen any footage from in any of the trailers. So it's all new territory. So I'm really excited for the second half of Mando. It's starting with next week with Ahsoka making her live action debut. I never saw the first one. Is it worth checking out, Christian? Being one episode. So we were talking about that yesterday. It's another awesome person I've been able to collaborate with this year with Lovecraft Country and The Mandalorian is Griffin from Film Speak. We talked about it on his channel yesterday, and I brought that up to him. Do we think we're going to get Ahsoka in maybe one episode, or is she going to be a returning character? I think it's safe to say that number one, I think it's going to be a big hit. I think Rosario Dawson's going to kill the role, and just people are going to fall in love with her like they did in a kind of a different extent, but they're going to love her like they loved the child. So I think that she's going to be heavily focused on with introducing obviously the Jedi and all that stuff to the Mandalorian. So I think if anything, at minimum, at least 2 episodes, because what do we have? We're predicting we might only get 9 chapters this particular time around, like we did last year, or 8 chapters. So I would at least predict, or at least hope, that we get her next week and then the following week, or if we get her next week and then we get her in the season finale. So at least 2 episodes. But if we can get her, I doubt that we'll get her every single episode from 5 on. But if we can get her at least 2 times, I would be happy. So, but I mean, the more the merrier. But I mean, just the fact that we're getting her live action is pretty cool, nonetheless. Joel says, are you all into physical media like Criterion? And so I'm not, man. I've never really gotten to that. So to answer your first question, I used to be big into collecting. I used to work at Best Buy for many, many years, and man, half the paycheck would go into buying movies. But as the years and that was like 6-7 years ago. But as the years went by, I just don't collect the movies as I used to. I never really got into Criterion or Arrow in general, but I used to be big into collecting, but I just kind of took a break from that because it can get expensive, man. And shout out to those collectors out there that, continue to buy physical media, because it's important, right, to have physical media being something that we support, to get all those awesome collections and awesome physical things to put to our collection. So I've never really gotten to that, but like I said, I respect those that keep up with that stuff, because that stuff gets expensive. Dude, I used to have so many Jurassic Park toys. It's crazy. Hello, I love your channel. All this time, I thought you were what? I've never gotten that. Do I look like his son? I have to hold on. You got me wondering now. I gotta look up John Witherspoon's son to see if that's a compliment or maybe not. Let's see. John Witherspoon's son. Is there an image of his son? Let me see. So let me share this screen here and see if Tierra if this is a compliment or is this a joke or let's see. Is this his son here? Hold on. Is that his son, Tier? Let me know if that is. Let's see. I'm trying to make that. I got the beard, so let me take the glasses out. Maybe. I don't know. Let me know, guys. Do I remind you all of the late great John Witherspoon's son, which I don't even know if they have his name up here, but let me know, guys. I guess it's a compliment. I mean, he's got a nice looking beard. Obviously had a great dad, a great legend in himself. So I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you. Thank you for that. Let's see here. Mark says, are you more of a DC or Marvel fan? So at heart, I'm a DC fan forever and always. Comic wise too, I think their comics and their characters are just a little bit more richer for my taste and a little bit more mature. I think it goes without a doubt to say their rogues gallery, their villains are, to me, top tier caliber villains, and that's just Batman alone, right? DC at heart. When it comes to the films, if we go to the film world, obviously Marvel has been killing it the last 11, 12 years or so. But DC, man, we're coming. But not to make it a competition thing, because they obviously want each other to succeed, because that means if more people want the comic book movies, more people go support them. And I'm supporting both camps because I love both camps. But for me personally, to answer your question, Mark, DC for me, man. I love me some DC. Tenet is my favorite movie of the year by a good bit. Yeah, Tenet was really good. That was I can't wait to pick that up. Speaking of collections, I can't wait to add that to my collection December 5th or whatever is coming out next month. Really excited to rewatch it. Possessor was really good. Definitely did a review for that on my channel. Brandon Cronenberg, definitely what's the saying? The fruit doesn't fall too far from the tree. He definitely got some great directing sensibilities from his dad and practical effects, and just really, I'm a sci-fi head, so I love me some good sci-fi. That was a great sci-fi body psychological thriller film, and I really enjoyed the performances as well. So definitely a big fan of Possessor. Denise says, what are you watching on Netflix? Just finished Queen's Gambit. Was really good. Yeah, Queen's Gambit, man. I spoke highly about that show on this this channel last month. Anya Taylor-Joy, man, she is someone to keep an eye out for. And she has been since, seeing her in The Witch and Split, and then obviously, Glass, and all the great stuff she's been a part of. But she was fantastic in that show. I really love The Queen's Gambit. It's one of my favorite shows this year. So definitely, if you guys haven't watched that, definitely recommend that. Paranormal, we talked about that a couple weeks on this show, and man, what a huge video that was. That video really blew up on the channel. It was the first Egyptian horror show on Netflix, and man, what a fantastic journey. That was definitely at the beginning. You can see my review for Paranormal. At the beginning, I'm like, I'm not really feeling this show, but man, once we get to episodes 3, 4, 5, and 6, that is some fantastic TV there. So that. I mentioned I just finished Selena, which is coming out in December. Definitely keep an eye out for that, guys. For those that are fans of Selena's story, which I am. What else is on Netflix? There's so much Netflix stuff. I'm trying to think. I have to probably pull up a list here, but those are like I said, Queen's Gambit. Definitely recommend. Paranormal, again, it's the Egyptian horror show on Netflix. I definitely recommend. And that's all I can think of right now. I don't know if, and like I said, Selena's coming out next month, and there's Sabrina. I don't know if you guys watch Sabrina. The final season of Sabrina is next month too. But as far as right now, those are definitely some Queen's Gambit and Paranormal, some stuff I recommend. Birds of Prey, I really had a fun one. Yeah, it was a really fun movie. Hey, what's up? What's up, Dragon? How we doing? What we doing? How we doing? Stranger Boy. Hey, this is my first time here. Hey, what's up, Stranger Boy? I think I've seen you on a couple of my YouTube friends' channels. Certain, I believe I saw you on his channel. Who else do we have? Film Stock, Film Geeks. I've seen you on a lot of those channels, man. So welcome, man. Thank you for stopping by. Are you excited for the next Scream movie? Hell yes. Scream. They just call him The Scream, which I'm okay with. But knowing the directors behind Ready or Not, which I really enjoyed that film, knowing that they're bringing back the original cast, and then it sounds like they're paying a lot of respects to the late great Wes Craven. Seeing the set photos and things like that. So I'm really looking forward to it, and I love the cast so far. I was really hoping that Samara Weaving, speaking of Ready or Not, that, and who knows, maybe that's a quiet casting, but I would have loved to have seen her. But the cast they put together, really up and coming, Latinx cast they have put together. I always support diversity on this channel, so I'm really looking forward to it. What is it? July of 2022, which is quite a ways away from us, but I'm really looking forward to it, to answer your question, Angel. And also, by the way, thank you for stopping by, and great question. Are you excited? I guess that's the question for you, Angel. Are you excited for it? Dragon says, do you ever want did you ever want the original Birds of Prey? Did I ever watch it? I did, and we'll not talk about that much. Jack, I did see the first couple episodes of CW. I was not a fan, to say the least. What's your most anticipated film of 2022? Mine is Scream. Yes, I know it's called Scream, but yeah, no, I'm okay with the Scream, and just taking. I think Chris from 3C Films mentioned that it makes sense from a marketing standpoint that horror films with numbers behind them aren't as successful as some other genres. So I'm okay with that Scream. Just like Halloween was just Halloween instead of for Halloween, whatever, subtitle that we got in 2018. But 2022, man, you're jumping over 2021, which we don't even, there's so much stuff coming out then. But I think the only thing I can think of off top is probably Batman, right? I think that's March of 2022, if I'm not mistaken. And that trailer was phenomenal. And if you all don't know, my favorite superhero is Batman. And I love Matt Reeves. I love Robert Pattinson. I mean, I was always one of those people who's like, Twilight, that's like the last thing on my mind. I'm talking The Rover. I'm talking Lighthouse. We're talking Uncut Gems. We're talking Good Times. We're talking all the wonderful stuff he's been in. So I think he's a fantastic actor. So I'll have to go with Batman as my most anticipated in 2022. If you like weird, saw Twin Peaks. Never really got into it though. And this, I got to revisit it. And I really need to actually kind of dive deeper into David Lynch's filmography. The only film I've seen of his is Dune, which I reviewed on this channel a couple months ago. But yeah, I'll definitely kind of revisit it. Too Young to Die. Is that the one with Miles Teller and the director of Beyond the Pines, if I'm not mistaken? Let me know, Joel, if that's the show that you're referring to. The Young Pope. Yeah, I've heard that's really great on HBO with Jude Law. Yeah, I definitely got to check those out. All those shows like Legion, massive. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think Noah Hawley. I think he's even said that he paid a lot of respect to those creators of those shows. So yeah, definitely. Did you see the new Soul? Yeah, I saw them the other day on Twitter. They look pretty dope. And again, I was fortunate enough to see Soul. What was it, last week, I believe, or 2 weeks ago? And I can't wait for you all to see that movie. Whew. Soul is fantastic. What's your favorite superhero movie? Probably, if we're talking all time, probably Dark Knight, right? That's definitely just in a league of its own. But to show some Marvel love, Captain America: Civil War, Endgame, Infinity War, Black Panther come to mind. Then going back to DC, Wonder Woman, obviously the original Superman, the new Superman. Those are some that definitely kind of come to mind. And then outside of those big blockbuster films, I'm a big Kick-Ass fan. I love the first Kick-Ass, Matthew Vaughn and everything they did with that film. So those are definitely some that come to mind. But favorite all time is probably Dark Knight. Thoughts on Looper? Fantastic. Also, Connor, what's up, my man? Hope you're doing well, man. But yeah, Looper, love it. Ryan Johnson, Joseph Levitt Gordon. Probably the last film I like Bruce Willis in, if I'm being honest, was that 2012. But yeah, again, I mentioned up top, I love me some sci-fi, especially action sci-fi. And I think Ryan Johnson does a fantastic job within that realm. I think he's a fantastic writer and director in general. But yeah, I love Looper, Connor, and a big fan of Emily Blunt, which is, I love me some Emily Blunt. And that little kid, man, I don't know if he's been in anything else, but that little kid was great in that movie. It's been a while since I've seen Looper. Quick shout out to Connor, man. I'm gonna have to check out Looper again. It's been a minute. Have you seen True Detective? Yes. I've seen season 1, and I've seen the season 2, which was the season with Vince Vaughn and Colin Farrell and Rachel McAdams. A little mixed bag. I haven't seen the new season though. The most recent season with Mahershala Ali. But anyway, I'm a fan of all 3 seasons. Season 2 was convoluted for sure, but other than that, I honestly love 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's season 1 is like some of the best TV. I can't think of his name right now. Kerry I can never say his name. Kerry Fukunaga. I don't know. I'm butchering that, but he's a fantastic creator, and I'm really excited to see what he does with James Bond. But yeah, True Detective is season 1 at least is some of my favorite TV. Okay, movie files. I'm leaving now. Bye. Nice hanging out. Peace out, man. Appreciate you stopping by, Aja. Have a great day. My favorite superhero movies are Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Ant-Man and the Wasp. Those are some great picks. Sequels, some really solid sequels. Not my favorite sequels in the MCU, but definitely some solid sequels for sure. Eric says, I don't get people who don't like Game of Thrones. No offense, Matt. Hey, it's not for everyone, but I'm right there with you, Eric. I love me some Game of Thrones, man. But as I said, further seasons, it was not as as strong as the first 6 seasons or 5 seasons of Game of Thrones. But all of True Detective is good. Season 2 is great, and people are starting to come around to it. I think it's one of the best ones. I'll have to revisit it, Joel. Like I said, I watched it the first time through, and like I said, it was kind of coming off of that incredible coming off that incredible season 1. The expectations were through the roof, and probably now being so removed from season 1 and going into it, knowing what it is and then appreciating it for what it is, I could definitely probably have to revisit that. My favorite sci-fi TV show is Grimm. I've heard good things about the show. Never really got into it though. Where is that streaming somewhere too, by the way, Dragon? Is that on Netflix or somewhere that I can check it out? Happy early Thanksgiving. Same to you, Soldier Boy. Soldier Boy 101. I can't believe it's Thanksgiving. It's so crazy. Fargo is amazing this season too. Yeah, Joe, it's such a mixed bag, right? A lot of people are like really bashing this season, and there's a little bit of merit to it. Especially, I was just talking about True Detective, right? We're coming off of some of the greatest written TV in the last decade with season 1, 2, and 3 of Fargo, and then particularly season 1 and 2. I love season 3 with Ewan McGregor, but it wasn't as strong to me as season 2 and season 1. But yeah, I think a lot of people are such in a mindset of comparing it to the first 3 seasons that they can't really enjoy this new season for what it is. And don't get me wrong. And if Joel, I think I've seen you in the chat for those reviews. Season 4 isn't as structurally speaking isn't as strong, and there is a lot of like characters that I love, like Orietta and Etherita, that I love those characters, but they just been kind of put in the background and their stories just kind of dragging out. But that last episode we got, episode 9, East West, the whole black and white kind of nod to Wizard of Oz, that was some fantastic television. So one of my favorite episodes of TV this year. Strictly Starlight, how you doing? Nice to see you. I don't know if I've seen you in the chat before, but welcome. What's going on? Rich Cook, how we doing? Do you think Sabi? I don't know, man. And to be honest with you, if you all watch my reviews, I haven't really dove into that universe of the anime. I just I'm familiar with those characters, and I'm a sucker for like doing research on stuff. So I've seen the backstories and kind of understand the characters. I haven't seen them in action, but I'm not sure if we're gonna see that character make an appearance or not. But from what I hear, it would be great if they did. Congrats on AK subs. Do you take? Yeah, of course. Drop them in the chat. I love recommendations. Definitely. The cruise is good. Okay. Like I said, I never really got into it. There's a new show on Netflix that came out last month called, yeah, we talked about that earlier. I've heard, like I said, Austin was in the chat earlier. I don't know if Austin's still here. I believe he reviewed it. And one of the first things he said was it reminded him a lot of Euphoria. And if you all watch, if you've been part of this community for a while, Euphoria was I did my top 10 shows of 2019, and Euphoria was definitely in my top 4, top 3 even maybe. So I love Euphoria. He said it reminded him a lot of Euphoria, but it was obviously a different take, different characters, obviously in different circumstances. But yeah, it was on my bucket list, so I definitely got to watch. I've heard it's really great and diverse cast, which I always love. So yeah, it's definitely something I'm gonna have to circle back around to. And I think this is season 2. I think they already got greenlit for a season 2, which is always good news because Netflix be cutting bait like crazy. Joe, yeah, season 2 of True Detective is my favorite by far. In many ways, Colin is amazing. Him and Matthew McConaughey season 1, and Mahershala Ali, yeah, some great actors for sure. It's a great show. I wonder if they're gonna do a season 4 for that, which I would imagine so. But yeah, yeah, you guessed it, man. Okay, so I watched the first 3 episodes of Game of Thrones, and it really didn't work. Yeah, it's weird. You seeing Jamie, hooking up with his sister. Bran obviously falling out of the castle. Yeah, the first 3 episodes I enjoyed because obviously, like I said, especially looking back on it, it's some really good character stuff. But yeah, I can see where you're coming from. I would say give it a couple more episodes, Mark. When things kind of really pick up, with Ned Stark and the going to King's Landing and all that stuff, and really getting meeting Cersei and Robert and all that stuff. Give it a couple more episodes, man. Trust me. If you're not into it, I would say at least watch the first season. I know it's a lot to ask, especially with so much content out there, but give it at least the first season. If it doesn't work for you, then maybe cut bait. But it's a reason why it's highly regarded in regards to writing and character development, and seeing characters like very early on, seeing characters like Cersei, and seeing where characters like Sansa and and all those fantastic characters, and Macy Williams' character, whose name's slipping right now. It's been like I said, it's been a couple years since I watched Game of Thrones, but just seeing those characters where they started to where they end up is just incredible character development for me. Unfortunately, some of it doesn't always work towards the end at season 8, but I still love me some Game of Thrones. Jay says, I know you've been busy, but would love to see you bring back live watches. Yeah, yeah, it's definitely something I've been kind of thinking about bringing back on the channel. If you guys aren't too familiar with what Jay is talking about, earlier this year, man, starting once the pandemic hit in April, and from April all the way to probably September, I was doing watch-alongs every single Friday or Saturday, watching some of our favorite movies that we talk about. Did a really big watch along with the anniversaries for the Avengers Endgame and Infinity War, so they were a lot of fun. I know now the biggest thing on YouTube that gets a lot of attention is the what do they call them, first time reactions, which I know a lot of my great YouTube friends are doing a lot of great stuff with that. So yeah, man, I'll have to bring it back. But I have been, as you know, Jay, we've been doing watch alongs with shows like Boy season 2, Raised by Wolves. I did watch along for the season finale of Lovecraft Country, The Third Day. I'm gonna probably do one for The Undoing, a little sneak peek for things to come. But as far as like the group watch alongs, yeah, I might have to bring them back, man, because they were a lot of fun. See it twice. Congrats on 8K. I enjoy following you on Instagram. Oh, thank you. See you twice. I appreciate the support on this platform and also on IG. Appreciate it. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Let's see. Okay. I was thinking like, what is that? The compliment about uh Witherspoon's son. Yeah. Mark, if you ever watched the first 3 episodes, you're still a good chance you get into it and continue. Yeah, yeah. That's what I said. Yeah, yeah. Definitely give it a second chance, Mark, or continue it. Would you rather be stuck at camp with Jason or stuck in the dream with I love it. That's a great question. Again, guys, drop the great you guys have been doing a great job with these questions so far. This is a good one here. I would probably say Jason. Just because again, if you're in a dream, if you're in Freddy's world, you're in my world now. There's no ways of getting out of that, right? So I'll go with Jason because at least I have a fighting chance. Well, not fighting. I can't fight Jason, but at least I'm not stuck in a realm of dream, right? And just crazy, wacky things coming at you. It's more supernatural going on. Obviously, it's supernatural with Jason because he can't be killed. He's an unbeatable force, unkillable force. But in regards to just like if I'm in a dream of Freddy, there's like literally so many things that can go wrong in that dream. So I'll take my chances against the unmovable force in Jason. But that's a great question. December 15th. Was December 15th? What were we talking about earlier? December 15th. Is that for the Croods or something like that? The sequel of the Croods that you were talking about earlier? Drex says, hi, fan here. What big superhero release are you most excited for? So I am excited for Wonder Woman 84 that we're getting next month. I'm excited for Black Widow. I'm excited for all of them. If you all know, I'm a big comic book fan, but I'll give you my top 5 and the ones that's been announced and been kind of greenlit. Number 1's Batman. Number 2 is Wonder Woman. Number 3 for me, give me some MCU love here is probably Doctor Strange into the multiverse. I'm really excited for Chin-Chi, man. I'm really looking forward to that film because I think it's going to really bring in. I love martial arts. I love kung fu, so I'm really excited for that. So believe it or not, Chin-Chi is definitely in my top tier. So that's number 4. And let me give me some finish up with some DC. Can I say the Snyder Cut? Should I say the Snyder Cut? I'll leave that for later. So let me think of something else in the DC realm. I want that Men of Steel 2 announcement that I can't believe we still haven't got a Men of Steel 2, but that hasn't been confirmed or announced even. Black Adam. So that's my top 5. Batman, Wonder Woman, what did I say? Doctor Strange, Chin-Chi, and Black Adam. That's my top 5 that I'm really looking forward to in the next couple of years that have been announced. And most of them are in production. And of course, I'm excited for Spider-Man, excited for all the other stuff, but those are my top 5 that kind of come to mind. Eternals, can't wait for that. Nice. I love Cronenberg. Yeah, that family is very talented dudes. Favorite Tarantino movie? Django Unchained. Oh, man, I love that film. Calvin Candy. And just a fantastic movie through and through. Then after that, probably Pulp Fiction, Reservoir Dogs, and Glorious Bastards. Love me some Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Love Jackie Brown too. That movie doesn't get enough love, man. But yeah, I'm a big Quentin Tarantino fan, and I'm excited to see Kill Bill, of course, Volume 1 and 2, obviously. But yeah, I'm a big Quentin Tarantino fan. But number 1 for me is Django. I'm still scared of Freddy. Not why since '99. Oh, Freddy, he haunts your dreams. I love me some Freddy. Michael's my guy. Freddy's number 2, and then Jason for that kind of iconic, and then Leatherface and Ghostface and all those incredible slashers. And Anya Taylor-Joy, best film is Thoroughbred. That's a great movie. That's a great call, Joel. Her and Olivia Cooke. That was a really great movie. I remember seeing that. Speaking of early screeners, I saw that like a month in advance, and that was such a great movie. I have to revisit that film. It's been a minute. My favorite Anya Taylor-Joy movie and also performance, besides The Queen's Gambit most recently, and that's not really a movie, but favorite performance of hers is definitely in that show. But Split is definitely up there for me. I love Split and her performance as Casey in that film, and the Broken. I love that film, and James McAvoy was incredible. If you like Anya Taylor-Joy, check out Thoroughbreds. I own it, loved it. Really great film. Her and Olivia Cooke were fantastic in that movie. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that was the first time. No, that wasn't the first time I saw Olivia Cooke. The first time I saw her was in Earl and a Dying Girl. I thought she was great in that. But yeah, that Thoroughbreds is really great. What's the most watched movie this year for me? It's number 1 is Babysitter. Cool. Is it like you talking about the horror comedy Babysitter, or like that movie or TV show Babysitter? Because a couple babysitter movies. Have you seen Birdman? No, I haven't, but I heard it's really good. Definitely something I got on the list to check out. Brando, what's up, man? My buddy from Canada. How we doing, Brandon? Hope you're doing well, man. Great show last night. I was able to pop in a little bit while I was cooking dinner and washing dishes and all that stuff. And you and Alex really dove deep into the Bond stuff, man. That was a lot of fun because I know both of you guys are great or big Bond fans. So that was a great conversation you guys had last night, man. I'm looking forward to who did you say is next? Jaron. Jaron Talks Movies, I believe, is next week. So great job with those shows, man. Great job with your growth and your channel. The reactions are fantastic. The content's fantastic. I'm looking forward to your the movie collection you have dropping tomorrow. So yeah, man. Shout out to Brando Critic if you guys haven't already. Check out his channel. Show him some love. He's an awesome dude. Joel says HBO is, man, Joel, we talk about it every week, man. That show is so much, so intriguing, so many different ways, so many different, who's the killer, man. I have such a great time talking about that show with you all. Eric says favorite Bond movie in 3 weeks, three-way tie for me, GoldenEye, Casino Royale, and Skyfall. So funny enough, we were just talking about Brando and Alex from Levels of Geek being big fans of Bond. So for me, my favorite Bond film, it's a two-way tie for me between Casino Royale and Skyfall. And it depends on the day of the week. And today I'm feeling Skyfall because I think the villain's a little bit more fleshed out with Javier Bardem's character and being, so close to him and all that stuff. I love when the Bond films, he has that personal connection to the villain. So I'll go with Skyfall today, but tomorrow it might be Casino Royale. What's your favorite Childish Gambino album? Thoughts on the newest album? Newest album, not a fan of the vibes and it was very kind of just, it was very random. That's the best way I can describe that album. It just wasn't consistent. It just was like, it was a couple songs I like on there, but to be frank, I just think it's not his best work. I think he, with all the stuff he got going on, being this big mega movie star, I think the music stuff has kind of been put on the back burner, and I think that kind of shows in his last, at least for me, shows in his last album. But I did not like his last album. But to answer your first question, man, that's a tough one, man, because it's a toss between what's the name of the album with Redbone. Let me look up my boy Childish. I'm having a brain fart right now. I was just listening to Childish actually the other day. I was listening to Because of the Internet. So it's between, I mean, he got some, his first 3 albums are incredible to me. I mean, it's definitely between Camp or Because of the Internet and Awaken My Love. I'll go with Awaken My Love. I just love the variety of music on that album. But Because of the Internet, it's a banger too. And of course, his first album, Camp, is great. But I'll go with Awaken My Love. Scream comes out. Okay, gotcha. So 2022. Yeah. So quite a ways away from that. Let's see, Joel, what we got here? Please watch so Joel, I think you asked me that earlier. Is that the show with Miles Teller and the guy? I can't think of that director's name, but I think he was the director of The Place Beyond the Pines. If that's what we're talking about, man. Yeah, I've heard great things about it. I don't even know. Was it Amazon or Showtime or something like that? If that's the show, if that's the show you're referring to. Again, guys, we are about, how long we've been on? About an hour or so. So again, this is a Q&A, ask me anything. So continue to ask these great questions. This is a celebration of the amazing community that we've been building on Movie Files. 8,000 subscribers. Again, if you would have asked me 3 years ago, 8K, I'm like, that's probably something that will take about 10 years to do. But man, the growth has been great. The community has been great. The collaborations, the people I interact with on a regular basis on YouTube, on Instagram, this has been so fantastic. So I can't thank you guys enough for the support. And 9K, we're knocking the door, guys. Let's continue that momentum and continue to help this channel grow, because it's been such an amazing journey to be on YouTube and meet some amazing people like yourself. So this stream is for you all. Thanking you all. The stream is to ask some great questions that you all have been doing so far. If you guys want, you don't have to. The best thing you can do for this channel, in this video in particular, give it a thumbs up, share this video. Let's get some more people in here, have some more great conversations. But if you guys want, you can donate to Movie Files via super chats, as we got a couple amazing super chats today so far for some amazing people. Super chats, Streamlabs, and PayPal. So if you guys want to support the channel, goes towards the channel. It would be greatly appreciated. But again, the best thing you can do is give it a thumbs up, and I would appreciate that. Nicholas, is that the director? Is that my guy that I'm thinking of that did Place Beyond the Pines, or am I completely butchering that? Let me just look it up. By the way, what was it called again? Too Old which I love that title, by the way. Too Old to Die Young. Yes, this was one I was referring to. Okay, Miles Teller. It was on Amazon. Okay, yeah. And what did Nicholas do? Because that name sounds so familiar. Was it Drive? Yes, 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 yes. Demon. Yes, I like this guy a lot. So awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I've been meaning to watch that for a while, Joel. So thank you for reminding me for that, man. I'll try to squeeze it in. How many episodes of that? You got me really intrigued, man. Because this has been on my list for a while, and I like him as a director. I'm a big Miles Teller fan. Let me see. Too Young to Die Young. Here it is. Amazon. Season 1. I wonder, is there multiple seasons to this? Or are they planning on making more? 10 episodes. How long are these episodes? Wow, hour and a half. Geez, these are like mini movies. Man, I'm really gonna have to set some time away to watch this. These literally, these are like each episode is an hour and a half. That's crazy. And there's 10 episodes. So yeah, definitely have to set some time to watch that. What's going on, Nerdy Blurb? Congrats to you guys' new show, which is a fantastic, the Nostalgia Wars. I caught a little bit of it the other day in the premiere episode with the 2 contestants you guys had. So shout out to you guys doing some amazing things on YouTube and some great stuff over there. So definitely check out Nerdy Blurb's TV YouTube channel. They got a lot of great stuff going on. So hey, what's up, man? What's your thoughts on live action remakes? And will other studios jump into that as Dreamworks or Illumination? So live action remakes have definitely been a mixed bag for me. I have the ones I've enjoyed, at least for the Disney side of it, has been Cinderella. I enjoyed what we got with what else did I like? Aladdin. I really liked Aladdin, man. I had a good time with that. What else is there? Live action wise, I think I'm probably missing one, man. I'm drawing a blank. Lion King, man. Look, you can see my review on the channel when I reviewed. I haven't revisited since it came out. Was it last year? I was okay with it. I didn't hate it as much as some people did, but I was okay with it. I can see the flaws and criticisms, but I still had a good time with the visuals and kind of the story. And again, I mentioned I'm a big Donald Glover fan, and him and Simba was pretty cool. But yeah, man, to answer your other question though, so to answer the initial question, remakes, I think it's fine because I'm one of those people that I know what the situation is with the studios, man. We grew up with these films, man. We hold them so near and dear to our heart, and it's great to be fans of those, but I've never been a person that I don't think that no movie can't be. I'm totally butchering that. My English sounds terrible. I am not a person that doesn't believe that anything can't be remade. I think that anything and everything can be remade and potentially should be remade, right? Just to kind of bring new audiences to it. And again, I'm one of those people too that even though they remake something a la Lion King, we still got the animated Lion King, right? So it doesn't get wiped away from history. It doesn't get wiped away from my memory. It's just something else, another take on that. Well, in the case of Lion King, it was literally kind of a rehashing more or less, but just using that as an example, it's just a new audience could be brought to it, and maybe they'll go back and revisit it, and they have the options of picking which one kind of floats their boat. So I am okay with remakes. I'm not one of those people that, like I said, I'm not like they better not ever do Back to the Future. They better not ever do remake this, that, and the other. I'm fine with that. I'm never really too upset with that when it comes to those remakes. So if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Maybe they'll learn from it and be more creative in regards to telling original stories. But then to answer your last question here, DreamWorks, it was hard to imagine a live action Shrek and things like that. How to Train Your Dragon, that would be pretty cool. And then Illumination, seeing live action Minions would be pretty weird. But I don't know, give it 10, 15 years, man. Maybe we'll be having this conversation about those two studios making some stuff. Soul looks great. Soul looks great. And it is great. I can say that too because the embargo lifted a couple weeks ago because they premiered it at a festival in London. So I can't really get too much into the details because I shot a review. I'll have it. I'm going to be editing it here and probably it's so far out. I don't know when to put it out. I know there's been some reviews out there, but I might actually wait closer to the release date, or who knows, I might drop it on Thanksgiving or something like that. But yeah, Soul is great. The hype is real for that film. That film is fantastic. Eric says The Leftovers is the only show really weird that I like, but because it's freaking masterpiece and probably the most underrated series ever. Eric, I think we just became best friends. I think you guys just saw it live. Me and Eric are best friends now. Dude, The Leftovers, I don't talk about it enough. And I didn't review it on my channel because I don't even think my channel, I was reviewing shows back then when the show was on, or maybe the last season was out and I didn't talk about it. But yeah. Eric, man, that show, if you all haven't watched Leftovers, like Eric alluded to, it is a bit of, I want to say weird. It's just very kind of, it's very heady. It's very, it's a thought provoking drama about, what was it? I can't remember the percentage, but essentially, kind of like Thanos, where half the population just decimated. They just disappeared. And for the religious people out there, I can't think of the religious thing in the Bible where the people are gone away from the earth. But anyway, it does have a little bit of religious undertone to the show, but it doesn't beat you over the head with it. I think the acting, Justin Theron, Carrie Coon, that whole cast, Regina King, that cast was phenomenal. It's only 3 seasons, 9 episodes. I mean, some of the best writing, some of the best acting I've seen on television, and it is just a story that I love. And then, like you said, Eric, masterpiece is a big word to throw out there, but I'm 100% with you, man. It is a masterpiece of a television show and such a great, well thought out show. That one episode of season 2 when Justin Theron had to go back into the, what I'm talking about, Eric. That one of the best episodes of TV ever. So yeah, man, it doesn't get talked about enough. But I love Leftovers, man. Damien Lindelof is a fantastic writer. Watchmen. I mean, his resume speaks for itself. Passing by to say congrats, love your reviews. Thank you so much. Thank you for stopping by. I love that picture. If that's your dog, you have an adorable dog. Jay says maybe Black Adam between two, Stranger Boy. Yeah, I can't wait for Black Adam. I don't know if it'll be coming out in 2022. I think because The Rock that got pushed back, I think, a little bit with everything going on, but hopefully it does because I can't wait to see Black Adam and the Justice League of America. Dark Knight, my favorite movie ever. The only thing I love more is Game of Thrones. Yeah, Dark Knight is, like I mentioned earlier, is my favorite comic book movie of all time. Have you done Breaking Bad yet? Have I watched Breaking Bad? Question and answer is yes. And I don't know, have you done like Breaking Bad reviews? I haven't done reviews for it. Maybe that's something I'll do in the future, like retro reviews for old TV shows or older TV shows. But yeah, Breaking Bad's top tier TV for me, like top 3 shows of all time. Only True Detective season 1 was the best. That's my favorite. But we talked about it earlier. Season 2 was kind of a mixed bag for me, and I haven't seen season 3. Hey, what's going on? Burns Review, Jonathan, what's going on, man? How you doing today, bro? Glad you were able to stop by. Definitely check out his channel too, guys. He has a great channel, reviews movies, has a lot of great takes on, insight on his viewpoint on films and stuff like that. So definitely give him a subscription. Check him out. I meant Birds of Prey from the 90s. I knew what you were talking about. Yeah, I saw a couple episodes of that. I was not a fan of that 90s Birds of Prey adaptation. On television, favorite, So Stupid is a good movie. Hot Rod, that's a good pick. Hot Rod is a pretty silly film. I'm trying to think of a stupid film that I really like. Stupid film. Man, I'm trying to think of like maybe an Adam Sandler movie. I like Blended. That was a stupid film. That's a great question. I can't think of anything right now. There's so many of them. They're so stupid. I can't remember. I feel going to rewatch to appreciate it more. Yeah, definitely do so. I've really been enjoying it. Nice. High Rider. Those characters. I'm still trying to think of like a stupid movie. I guess what do we consider a stupid movie? I guess a bad movie that is bad, but you like. I can't think of anything up top. I'll still be thinking about it and try to come back to it. Soldier Boy or Stranger Boy. Have you seen The Wire? Yes, I love it. One of my favorite, another top tier show for me. To me, it's golden standard. The Wire, Breaking Bad, like I mentioned, Game of Thrones, Leftovers. There's some great HBO in general. I mean, fantastic. Mad Men, some of my favorite shows ever. The Office. I'm leaving now. Bye, Christian. Thank you for stopping by, man. Have a great day. Peace, bro. Yes, have a great one. Thank you for stopping by. You're a great speaker. I'm trying to get on your. Oh, no, I am not. That is one thing I am not as a great speaker, but I appreciate the compliment. Elliot, you ever do want the movie trivia? Think you? Yeah, bro, man. Hey, I don't want to, pat myself on the back, but I'm pretty solid with movie trivia. Now, when it comes to nostalgia wars, I saw some of those questions, and I was just like, bro, how? I was thinking, man, I couldn't even. That was some good stuff, some really digs there, some deep dives, and some comic book stuff that I was just like, those some deep cuts, man. But I pride myself on being a pretty good movie trivia person, so. And TV as well, in that matter. It depends on the TV show. Like some of the classic stuff I haven't seen, like The Sopranos, MASH, stuff like that. But I'm pretty, if it's modern TV and particularly in the comic book world, I think I can hold my own. So, I don't know if I'm quite to that nostalgia wars level because there's some great competitors, some really great competitors that you have lined up. But I don't know, maybe if I do some study on some stuff, I don't know, maybe season 2, I might be able to be prepared for that awesome show you guys have on your channel, man. It's on Amazon. Okay, cool. I'm gonna have to, because I've heard great things about it. True Romance is my favorite movie. True Romance is a great movie, V. Have you seen Succession? Yes, love it. Amazing. Succession is great. Can't wait for season 3. Barry is great. Can't wait for season 3 of Barry. Some great, again, HBO, man. They deliver the great stuff, man. I'm a sucker for Marvel in DC movies, but man, I do hate most of the shows, but I keep watching because so for me, top tier DC shows, the first 2 seasons of Flash, first 3 seasons of Arrow. We mentioned Doom Patrol a little bit earlier. I think that's some really good stuff there. I haven't watched Titans, but I've heard it's kind of a mixed bag. I'm excited for the future of DC television regarding, what we're getting with Green Lantern, and I know they just lost the writer for Batman, but I'm excited for that. But also, when it comes to DC shows, Watchmen, that's a DC project, and that's one of the best DC shows of all time from last year. But then Marvel, Daredevil, Punisher, and that's probably where I draw it. Jessica Jones season 1 was pretty good. First half of Luke Cage was pretty good. Didn't like Iron Fist that much. Didn't like the Defenders too much. So it's a mixed bag. But I'm excited for, again, talking about the future of both, juggernauts. I'm excited for the DC television, excited for Marvel TV on Disney Plus. So a lot of great stuff in the pipeline. What are your thoughts on Tyler Perry in regards to his writing, directing style, films, and TV? So respect that man to the umpteenth degree. Love that he's a Black content creator. He has his own studio. He allows people to branch off and do their thing and have successful careers of their own. But for my sensibility, Tyler Perry, and this is funny, I grew up with Tyler Perry, man. Like I'm talking about like watching the plays on bootleg Tyler Perry, man. Like I used to watch all this stuff, the original Medeas on the stage. And that stuff was funny when I was a kid. But then as I gotten older and then the films came out and Medea and Medea goes to jail, Medea goes to the doctor, Medea goes to the grocery store. I mean, all that stuff to me, it just doesn't talk to my comedy sensibilities. And then some of the other stuff that he produces is just too melodramatic for me. So to answer your question, he's just not my cup of tea, but I respect the hell out of his hustle and respect the hell out of the empire that he's built. So, and I understand why people like his stuff, but it just doesn't work for me personally, to answer your question, Mark. What's your favorite thing of 2020? What is my favorite thing of 2020? My favorite thing of 2020? That's a great question, man. I'm trying to think of like life-wise, I'm fortunate enough to be able to have my good health with everything going on. Fortunate enough to have, my family and friends be in a good health and, all the stuff that went on with obviously police brutality, the conversations and the potentially the conversation of change. I think that's always great to see in not only the world, but in particularly in the U.S. with stuff that police brutality is all over the world. But when it comes to Black men in America, Black women, people of color in America, I'm loving the stuff that unfortunately came of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and all the horrific things that went on with them and their families. So just the fact that we're now starting to see a little bit of change, not where obviously we would want it to be, but seeing that conversation being had in 2020 was kind of, a gift and a curse. Obviously the sacrifices that had to be made to get to the point to where we're at now. Not to get too political, but a new change in the administration was good in office. And what else? As far as other things, obviously, YouTube has been great, building this community. and just other stuff, man. So that's a great question, Ryan. I appreciate that question, man. So again, I hope I didn't offend anyone getting too political, but it's always good to kind of talk about stuff that is not related to movies and stuff like that. So yeah, 2020 has been a horrendous year, a year to never forget. But I think this year will be something that we'll never forget in the negative, but also slightly in the positive. I mean, losing people like Chadwick Boseman, losing people like literally my favorite athlete of all time, Kobe Bryant, losing him this year, and losing all the people that lost their jobs with COVID and the death count and all that stuff. So it's a horrific year, but I think this year, hopefully, all the stuff that we got, we'll see changes in the next decade. Hopefully, man, sooner rather than later, obviously. But in this new decade, I hope that this crazy year will turn and come out on the other side. Fingers crossed. Good top 5. Cool. I don't know which top 5 because we did a lot of top 5s in this, but thank you. If A Quiet Place was a real thing, how long would you survive? Pretty long. I'm a pretty quiet dude. I can be really quiet. Like I wouldn't be noticed. I'm really quiet when it comes to walking around the house. I would survive. I would say I would be one of the survivors. But knowing that, I'll probably die the first day. Dragon says something strange watching Mandalorian. They say it comes out at midnight on Fridays, but it isn't available in India until 6 a.m. Oh, that's crazy, man. First off, I the first season, I was one of those people that woke up super early to watch it, but this year I'm like, dude, I need my sleep. But yeah, that's wild. It doesn't come out to 6 a.m. in India. That's crazy, man. I agree. Django's the best. Oh, I love it. Before I watched Django, I couldn't get into Tarantino, but since watching that, filmography, new light, oh, that's awesome. And that's always great to kind of, you might have a feeling about a certain director, but then when you kind of go back and, see something you really love and you kind of see the different things that you love about like Django and seeing all the stuff, kind of how he became where he's at today. So that's awesome. I've always been a fan of Quentin Tarantino, but that's pretty cool that you're able to come back around and really appreciate the great writer and director he is. Great question here, Mark. I love this question. Who wins this fight? Ooh, I love this question. Jean Grey or Scarlet Witch? Who's winning? Ah, man. If we're talking, the movie version of these characters, I'm going with, Scarlet Witch. But if we're talking comic book accuracy, it's still Scarlet Witch, man. She's the most powerful mutant in any format, right? Or any, comic book run or whatever the case may be, because she's just so powerful, manipulating time and reality and warping things. Literally, she was able to kill all the mutants in the world with the House of M. So I think, and again, no disrespect to Jean Grey. I mean, come on. He's talking about the power set that she has and just being one of the more powerful beings on the universe. But I think Scarlet Witch could, again, with her being able to warp reality, warp into different dimensions, I think that she can figure a way out to take out Jean Grey and take out, the Dark Phoenix. So I'm going with Scarlet on both ends, movie front as well as the comic book run. But again, two great characters. And man, can we get some justice for Jean Grey on the movie side of things? X-Men Last Stand was kind of a whimper, kind of a letdown for me when it came to that storyline. And then what we got recently with Dark Phoenix. Again, I hope Marvel and Kevin Feige, I trust. If I was a bed man, I wouldn't take it past Kevin Feige to introduce the Dark Phoenix saga no time soon. But when they do introduce that story, it's going to probably span from TV world. You're going to probably see those planting the seeds in the TV universe. If they get like a X-Men show or she appears on one of the shows, and then it's going to bleed into the films. And I think Kevin Feige is going to take his time, because that story arc is literally it's multiple issues of that storyline. It took years to get to that. So I think Kevin Feige, if they inevitably do bring in Jean Grey or in the Dark Phoenix saga, they're going to take their time with that, and I can't wait for that. The horror I didn't like the sequel, but I love the first one, the Babysitter with McGee. Favorite kung fu movie? Can it be? It can be tough. Ooh, man. Favorite kung fu movie? Probably. I love me some classic Bruce Lee. I love me some classic Jackie Chan. Rumble in the Bronx comes to mind. What was the name of the cop movies I used to, and these are some films I used to watch as a kid, and it's been forever since I revisit those, but Rumble in the Bronx definitely comes to mind. I got to look up my cop movie, because I used to love the cop films that he did. What was the name of them? Just looking them up right quick. Came out in the 80s. what was the name of it? Police Story. Yes, the Police Story franchise, and probably the first Police Story. So that comes to mind. Like I mentioned, my man Bruce Lee. Let me look it up because I just don't want to butcher these because it's on the top of my tongue. I can't remember what was the dragon. Enter the Dragon definitely comes to mind. Let's see. Trying to think of some like maybe newer kung fu films, probably the Raid 2, or some modern kung fu films. So yeah, those are someone, and again, we're gonna get some more kung fu, man, because some great kung fu movies, and obviously, like I said, Eco Wise with everything that he's doing with the Raid films, and just his style of karate and kung fu is really great, and obviously Danny Yen with the It Men, and those are definitely up there. I would probably say It Men 1 and 2 are definitely some great top tier kung fu movies for me. So let me share some of your list too. I love talking kung fu. Atlanta needs a season 3, season 2. So yeah, I know, right? I think Charles Gambino said earlier last week or 2 weeks ago that this is going to be some of the best TV we've ever seen once we get those seasons. So I can't wait because I love Atlanta. Oh man, Jean Grey and Scarlet Witch played by two of my favorite actresses. Yeah, those are some great actors, and I would have loved to see them on screen together. But we'll see who they cast as the new Jean Grey. Hopefully, it's someone with some great acting sensibilities to go against maybe a Scarlet Witch one day. And Elizabeth Olsen. Jay says, "Can you see them doing a sequel to Night Of with John Stewart?" There is a potentiality of that character because again, he was a lawyer. He can represent someone else, but I don't know if we'll ever get a season 2 or a spinoff of that matter. But that would be nice because he was a fantastic character. Him and his foot issues, scratching his feet in court. But yeah, great actor and great character within that show. But who knows, man? I mean, Riz Ahmed is fantastic in the show. Which, by the way, Riz Ahmed and the Sound of Metal coming out on Amazon, I believe on Thanksgiving. Or no, it came out in theaters Friday to come out on Amazon December 4th, actually. But yeah, Miz Red was great in that show, and so was John. Yeah, Land City 3 and 4 are ordered by FX and would start shooting in the spring, but then hit yeah. I think 20 is it later next year that we're going to season 2 or season 3? If so, I can't wait. Wow, thanks, man. Didn't know you were watching. Yeah, of course, man. We need you to come on sometime. Peace for now, babies. Are awesome, man. Hey, man, yeah. Like I said, I don't know if I can compete with those heavy hitters that you got lined up, but give me maybe a season 2 appearance, and I might be able to do some things, man. But yeah, shout out to Nerdy Blurb. Show him some love. Check out his channel. Great things over there. That Nostalgia Wars is like top tier quality, man. And some great stuff, man. Have you checked out the One Night in Miami trailer? Yes, I have. Definitely, yeah. It's a movie I've been trying to die in to get the screener for. And I'm hoping to see it by the end of the year, or maybe even sooner. But yeah, I mentioned it up top. I'm a huge Regina King fan. Love that she's directing, getting behind the camera, and I heard nothing but fantastic things for that film. So really looking forward to it for sure. Mark, Once Disney has is also live action remakes of their animated classes back catalog. Are you looking forward to Disney reimagining their yeah, I mean, yeah, the classic stuff. I mean, it's inevitable, right? Like you just mentioned. Once they kind of hit their newer stuff, they're gonna definitely probably go back. I mean, we got Pinocchio in the works. Sleeping Beauty and all that stuff, and all the classics. It's inevitable, And like I said, I'm not one of those people that are like, don't touch it. If they can get some great creators behind it, tell their stories, do something a little bit new and unique, but not far enough that people don't recognize it, but not so close enough that people like it's just a rehash. So I'm thinking that Disney's going to take stock into the criticisms that have come from those films. Mark says the Mighty Gemstones would. Oh yeah, I heard that was funny. I was insane. I hope it come back for season. Yeah, that was. It had a really good cast with John Goodman and Danny McBride and Adam Devine. It looked pretty funny. I didn't watch it though, but I heard it was pretty funny, man. Retro reviews sound great. I definitely put Breaking Bad other seasons. Yeah, that's definitely something that I have to look into, man, because those are some shows I love, and to revisit them to see if it's still, which I know it still will, like Breaking Bad and earlier seasons of Fargo. But yeah, that's definitely something I have to look into, man. Just covering those, revisiting those shows is definitely maybe a segment I can start up in the coming months or so, especially with this new lockdown. Ninja Turtles or Power Rangers. Power Rangers for me. Love Ninja Turtles, but I grew up loving Jason, Tommy, Kim, Billy, Zach, the whole damn crew, man. I used to love me some Power Rangers, so definitely Power Rangers for me. Eric says top 5. Shows. Okay, so we got Game of Thrones, The Leftovers, Detective. Oh, that's a great call. The animated there, and The Mandalorian top 5 tier. That's awesome, man. That's a great list. Great list, Eric. WandaVision. I'm crazy. Oh man, you and me. Like I said, Eric, man, you're my best friend, dude. We're right here, bro. Nah, I can't wait for WandaVision. So excited. Yeah, HBO's Watchmen is a masterpiece. 100% agree with you there. Top shows, if you're counting a miniseries, but the other comic Rangers and The Boys, Daredevil are okay. I love The Boys. I love the Daredevil, but yeah, I mean, it doesn't hold the candle to Watchmen. That first, oh man, love it. Did you see C on Apple TV? Yes, I did, Dragon. I reviewed that show last year, actually. I broke down every episode and can't wait to see season 2 of C, hopefully in the next year or so. But yeah, I really enjoyed that show. Jason Momoa, at first I didn't really like it. I thought it was very like, this writing, this acting is kind of trash. But Baba Voss, once he got to action, man, and went on his journey, I really enjoyed that show. So I'm really excited to see what they do with season 2 of that. And a lot of the season 2s for Apple TV, to that matter. Which again, guys, if check out the back catalog on this channel, I do a lot of reviews for a lot of Apple shows, Hulu, Amazon. So check out my reviews for C. But I'm excited for season 2 of The Morning Show, Dickinson. Not a big fan of For All Mankind. I know let's get into season 2 in next July, I believe, or January. And then Servant 2, season 2 of that. So I'm a big fan of Apple TV. I love Defending Jacob this year too, by the way. Do you really think they will start shooting Black Panther 2 next year, or is it too early? That's a great question. I saw that article last week, which, by the way, let's see if we can pull that up. I saw it last week, man, and I look at Thor, man. Jeez, look at so I think it's safe to say we're not getting Fat Thor and Thor: Love and Thunder. That man is huge, man. Let me get out of this though. Let's see. Where is that article? Oh, by the way, did you guys see this? That was so funny with the director there. We got so here we go here. Yeah. So yesterday it was announced in regards to Black Panther 2, and kind of reading the article that they're planning on filming it next year. And that Letitia Wright is going to have a prominent role, meaning that a lot of people are speculating that, it's going to be like the comic in a way, and Shuri's going to be the new Black Panther. So to answer your question, let me go ahead and take this down. Going back to your question here, do I think it's too early? Look, man, like I had said a little bit earlier, man, the passing, the unfortunate passing, the unexpected passing of the great Chadwick Boseman it still hits me today. I still can't believe it. And that's just me from a fan perspective. I couldn't imagine what his family's going through, right? But in regards to shooting next year, it'll be close to a year of him passing away. Time heals, but I mean, that's a tough one to kind of bypass as far as just like, celebrity deaths and things of that nature. But, it's a tough call, man, because I would imagine Kevin Feige and the wonderful people at Marvel has, spoken to the family. I would hope they have spoken to the Chadwick Boseman's family and just kind of get their feelings on the situation and just getting their permission per se. Again, they don't necessarily need permission to move forward with this franchise, but I hope that they have spoken to the family and said, hey, this is what we're planning on doing, and kind of had that conversation. I hope that's the case, but I think, Black Panther and what he did, it's kind of, in my eyes, it's in honor of him, right? Even if he's not involved, obviously, I don't know what they're going to do with T'Challa and explaining what happened and all that, but I think it's in honor of him to continue this franchise. I think that's one thing, but in regards to it being early, it's tough to say, man, because again, we're so, that's 7-8 months from now. And I think, continuing this franchise in honor of him is definitely something I want to see for, again, Black boys, Black girls. If Shuri is taking up the mantle, to be able to see that is a game changer. So it's a tough topic, man, the subject. Because again, I'm thinking of Princess Leia when she passed away, unfortunately, and with how they handled that situation. I mean, we get actors that pass away, unfortunately, all the time, and seeing how it's a tough thing. It's a tough line to balance on. But in Kevin Feige, I trust. I hope they talk to the family. They worked all the things. It's going to be respectful. It's going to be honorable. And I'm looking forward to see what they do. So hopefully we get more news about what they're planning on doing. But it's a tough subject, man, because that's such an iconic person, number one, in Chadwick Boseman, and such an iconic character for me. Seeing Black Panther on the screen in 2018 in February, man, is life changing for me, man. Never have I ever thought I would see something like that in regards to just the impact of seeing all Black cast and just the awesomeness from that film from Ryan Coogler, man. So it's near and dear to my heart. So hopefully they dedicate this film to him, and it's a very honorable thing that they do with that character in the sequel. I do. It's a great franchise and great set of films they did. So Batman versus Black Noir, Batman, because of course Black Noir is allergic to peanuts. I mean, come on, what kind of crap is that? So Batman all day. Batman, of course, yeah. Congratulations. Thank you so much. I appreciate you stopping by and showing some love. Welcome. Batman all the way. Yeah, I think this is a don't get me wrong, Black Noir is pretty dope. But once we saw that peanut allergy, I'm like, this is weak. But no, it's a great character. Although I know there's something to know about Black Noir, keeping it spoiler free. Yeah, I mean, if we're talking Black Noir from the comics, then it's freaking without, like you said, without spoilers, who that character is under the mask can take Batman on, no doubt. But if we're talking about the show version of Black Noir, I mean, Batman's a strategist, right? He'll just give him some peanuts. He'll sprinkle him some peanuts. He's a goner. Yes, man. I was so upset about how they did Jean Grey, and it's disgusting what they did with that character. Really, even if they kill him, Black Noir couldn't die. Yeah, he couldn't. I mean, yeah. I mean, the peanuts, he could die from peanuts, right? From the show. Purple Queen Sugar, how we doing? Welcome. How we doing today? Good to see you. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're staying safe. I just wanted to let you know, I just wanted to know the specific opinion of yours of the Five Bloods. I love the production value employed in the script. And what was Spike Lee trying to conclude? What message was she trying to give? So I love can't even talk. I love Five Bloods. I thought the performances were great. I thought the story was great. I think Leroy is going to get nominated and potentially win for Best Actor. And again, Chadwick Boseman was fantastic in that role. The message, man, I think the message in the film, and it's been a while since I revisited the film, but just kind of off top, remembering the gist of it all was, number one, facing your demons, your past, seeing that with Leroy's character and his Bloods, and going back to something that they remember, one of the most horrific times of their lives, and what that meant to them, the gold, and prospering from that, and what they went through and stuff like that. And so battling your past and confronting your demons and your trauma that you may have suppressed. Also, the idea of fighting for a country that doesn't respect you as a human being, and fast forward to where they are in the world now, and kind of going back and seeing Leroy's character being against, Koreans, and him being a Trump supporter and all that stuff. So I think, at the end of the day, the film kind of does a good job of saying, like I said, tackling your demons and confronting your past, which is a theme that I always love in films. The conversation about these Black men fighting for a country that couldn't care less about them, as we see conveyed in the flashback scenes with Martin Luther King passing away, and them, fighting this war for a prominent Black person being killed in the way that Dr. Martin Luther King was killed, and them fighting this war for a country that can care less about them. So I think there's a lot to be said within the themes and the messages within this film. And again, it's been a while since I revisited it, but it was one of the more stronger films I've seen this year, and conveying those different messages I just kind of highlighted. So I love the film, and I got to revisit it again before I make my top 10 list, but it's definitely in my top 10 movies of this year. So do you think cinema can be the same after COVID with all of these things that we have? That's a great question. I think just in general, I don't think we're ever going back to a normal type of situation, just anything in life. Obviously, once we get past COVID, we can kind of get back to some type of normalcy. But I think things will be forever, kind of changed and altered because of everything that happened. So I think what we're going to start to see, to your point, it's a lot of the mid-budget, low-budget independent films really going to the streaming services a lot more than theatrical runs. And I'm talking about some of my favorite studios out there, Neon, A24, and companies like that really don't have big blockbuster films, but they have great independent, amazing films and great messages and stories to tell. So I think a lot of those will find their ways on streaming versus theatrical. And then when it comes to movies, I think, man, if you're less than $150 million film, I think again you might find yourself on streaming, and then I think we're gonna just see like those big tentpole films, a la Christopher Nolan, Marvel, DC, Star Wars, and stuff like that. So I think the landscape, especially once Wonder Woman hits streaming platforms, especially once we see that kind of hitting the market, I think that's going to be something to keep an eye out for as far as same day theatrical streaming in the future. So we'll see. So I think, those days of the theatrical experiences are kind of in the past. I want to be cool to see her Sophie Turner screen. Yeah, it would be cool. We'll see what they do with the casting aspect of it all. Who they cast these characters. Need better movies to shine the character. Yeah, she was a great actress, but yeah, she was unfortunately kind of got the short end of the stick when it came to the writing. My favorite Tarantino's Dust Till Dawn. Kill Bill got on DVDs signed by oh, that's awesome. They were stolen. Oh, that sucks. And then Machete. Okay, cool. Very good projects. Some of them, I know some of them obviously Tarantino didn't direct, like Dust Till Dawn and Machete, but had his hands in either producing it or writing it and stuff like that. So some great stuff you got there, man. All right, guys. So I'm going to be on here for maybe another 5 or 10 minutes. So again, any last questions, comments, concerns, congratulations of the sorts, donations or whatever the case may be, definitely let me know in the next 5 minutes and we'll wrap it up. And again, before we even wrap it up, for every single person that stopped by that said hi, congratulations, dropped some great comments, some questions, I thank you. Again, this is a Q&A that I had a great time talking to you all. This is a celebration for the continuation of this channel growing. So again, from me to you, thank you so much for the support, guys. And again, I'm so excited to just continue to have these conversations about these shows and these movies and these live streams that we have. So again, I really appreciate you all support and excited for the next journey on this channel. Legend Junk, that's a great one. Once Upon a Time in China series, Ickman, 36. Oh, that's I've heard about 36 Chamber. I've never seen that one, but that's a great list, man. That's a kung fu head right there. I love it. Love me some kung fu. Do you think movie theaters will be the same or exist? I think they'll still exist, but I think the theatrical experience will definitely change. Rumble in the Bronx was a horrible. Oh, I love Rumble in the Bronx, man. Especially the being a kid again. These are some films I used to watch as a kid, so I used to love watching the behind the scenes and him showing his stunts at the end of the films. Those are always fun. But yeah, after watching Leftovers, I literally just watched Touch the Third Wall. So just, that would have been he would have been an interesting Batman, right? Very interesting. He's a great actor. Raid was a not kung fu. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, you're right. Martial arts, definitely. You're right. We'll love to stay in touch through the channel, my man. Is this the time this is just a kind of a a congratulations or a celebration, I should say, a stream, a live Q&A. But yeah, normally I go live on Saturdays when I do these type of things. So but thank you so much for stopping by, and maybe more Q&As to come. At least I like to try to do them at least once a month, but I kind of got busy in the last month or so. So yeah, we'll definitely try to do more in the past or in the future, as I say. Robert, what's up, man? I'm a little late, but did you hear Wonder Woman is going to? Yes, and I am very happy to see it. It is unfortunate I won't be able to see it in theaters because we are shut down in St. Louis here. And personally, I haven't been to the theaters since, I don't know, April. I saw Tenet, but that was in a drive-in, which was actually a pretty cool experience. But yeah, I think Wonder Woman on streaming is a game changer, and I'm excited to see it. But it does suck that I won't be able to see it in theaters for the first time. Thanks for the answers, man. I'm gonna have to go. Thank you, and I appreciate you stopping by. You have a great day. Would you rather have a threatening phone call about Ghostface or stuck in Texas? But oh, that's easy. Ghostface. I can be on the phone. I would love. What's your favorite scary movie? Oh man, my favorite scary movie is Halloween. So I would have a good conversation with Ghostface. So I would love that conversation actually. But I love these questions, Soldier Boy. Hey, Power Rangers, 28-year-old, 28 year in every episode, exactly the same. You got a good point, but it's something I grew up on, and I love the original Power Rangers and Tommy, man, the original Green Ranger is my guy. Hey, you're still going, LOL. What's a movie you love purely due to the nostalgia and nothing more? Certain with the banger. Man, I'm not a nostalgia. What do I love that's just purely on nostalgia? Man, that's a great question, certain. Man. You got me with one, man. I'm thinking of the 80s and probably a horror film too. Um, hmm, you got me there, certain. I'm trying to think, man. It's probably I'm thinking of maybe one of the Jason movies, like one of the terrible Jason movies that I just know is terrible, but I enjoy. Uh, Nothing's coming to mind. Maybe Freddy. I don't know. You got me certain. I'll probably say like one of the Jason films, like Jason 5 or something like that, which I think is Jason Goes to Manhattan, which is stupid as hell. But I just, for the fact that I remember seeing it when I was a kid, like Jason's going to New York, and he's barely in New York, Manhattan in particularly. So that's something I could kind of think of. That's a great question, sir. Jay says, glad you hit 8K. Looking forward to seeing 10K plus soon. Uh, can't wait to see you and David tomorrow on Monday. Yeah. You guys outside? Yeah, let me unlock the door. Hold on one second. Hold on, guys. Let me put you on a brief pause because I see we got a super chat. I'm gonna go on a quick pause. I'm gonna be right back. So hold on one second. I'll be right back. All right. I am back. Sorry about that, guys. A friend of mine's here. So I'm gonna wrap up here in a bit, but I want to make sure I get to all these questions before I head out. But yeah, thank you, Jay. What else have we have? Ever seen Fleabag? I haven't, but that is definitely on my list because I love Phoebe Waller. She's a great writer and a great actress. Have you ever owned a tee from a century design that you never saw? I haven't, just because I fell in love with design. I haven't, but that's a great question though. Almost wrapping up here. My dog just got back from his doctor's appointment, so I got to ask how he's doing. He got his shots today, guys. Got some shots, so I'm gonna check him out here in a bit. Congratulations, her real review. Do you have any advice for a small YouTuber? Great question here. So I want to definitely answer this question. Also, we got a super chat from Mark that I want to get to. Advice for small YouTubers. Number one, continue to push forward. Number two is fantastic that you start, and if you said if you're just starting less than 100, just continue moving forward, because I was at that same point. You don't go from just starting YouTube to 8,000 subscribers. It takes the dedication to continue to put out content, do things you like to do on your channel, talk about shows or movies or album reviews, hair designs, whatever the case may be. Just have a passion for it, but also, like I said, consistency is a big thing. When you get caught up in the numbers and the movement isn't there, it can get down on you. But again, if you have a passion for it, if you're excited for the things you talk about, just continue to push forward. You're going to find the people that resonate with the things you're talking about. You're going to find the people that love the same stuff you do. So just keep pushing forward, stay consistent. Make sure that you are being engaging with your audience. I think when it comes to the comments, whether it's one comment or 100 comments, try to get back to those people. Just let them know that you appreciate them looking at your content and just getting back to them and, commenting on what they're saying about whatever the video may be. What other advice do I have? Let's see. There's so much, right? There's so much to go over. And that's something actually too, quick little plug. On Monday, I will be again talking about Flicks Talk. We're going to be having like this kind of discussion about YouTube, right? About the growing a channel and starting a channel. So keep an eye out for that. That's Monday. I believe it's like a 7 p.m. on his channel. So, but again, to answer your question, consistency, do what you love to do. communicate with the audience that you do have. Again, whether it's one comment, just say thank you for watching this and have a conversation with them just to show that you're engaged and you appreciate their time. And again, just be yourself on camera. It takes a while to get your voice in your audience, but once you do it enough times, again, going back to my consistency, you start to build your voice, you start to build your audience. And once you kind of built that, you get to that point, it just becomes natural and fun. So thank you so much for the great question. And I will be checking out your channel because I don't know if I've ever come across your channel before. So I will be, matter of fact, live on air. Let me look you up right quick and subscribe. And by the way, everyone in the chat right now, give her real review a follow. Let me look it up here. See if I can find it. Is this you right here? Let me. I don't know if you guys can see it. A little blurry. Is that you right there? Boom. Here we go. Subscribe. So you got yourself another subscriber. So keep it moving. I see covered Lovecraft Country. Okay. Awesome. His House was a great movie. So definitely keep it moving, keep it going. I'm going to check out some of your content, but keep it moving. Keep the momentum going. Let's see here. Thanks for doing this, man. See you in the comments. Yes. Definitely a good time for the draft. Yeah. you hit the nail on the coffin. I can't believe we haven't gotten more drive-ins. Can't believe theaters that have empty parking lots haven't made their own drive-ins, but whatever. Mac, man, you've been awesome in this stream, man. Some great questions, some great comments. So thank you for the super chat. Mark says, Mark says, thank you for being so well versed and informed with your reviews and Q&As. Great energy as a man. Keep up the great work, Mark, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate your support on the channel. I appreciate your great comments on today's stream. Thank you so much for the super chat, man. And I thank you for watching those videos and enjoying the videos, man, because it's so much fun talking about these shows, man, breaking it all down, interacting with you all. It's a highlight of my week and my days when I interact with you all. So thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the great comments, and thank you for the support, man. And I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. James says, and this thank James, you got me there. That is a great donation by Mark, and all the donations that we got today and the donations we gotten as a channel as a whole, I couldn't be more appreciative. And it still baffles me that people like what I have to say, because sometimes when I hear myself talk, I'm like, what the hell are you talking about, dude? But nonetheless, man, thank you for the super chat, Mark, and thank you, James, for stopping by the way. Soldier Boy, appreciate you, bro. Last Dragon and Fast Forward, some great dance movies. Yep, those 80s, man. And we've got to continue to support the great content. Yeah, man. Thank you again, Mark. I appreciate, again, your support on the channel. And yeah, more things to come, guys. More reviews, more live streams, and more TV shows to discuss. If you can only watch one upcoming movie in the theaters, I got to go with No Time to Die. Thanks for chatting with us all, Elliot. No problem, Eric. If I only had one upcoming movie to watch in theaters, The Batman. I want to see The Batman. It's so damn bad. But there's some other films too that I'm excited for. But The Batman is definitely high on my list. Take Clear. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you so much. Let's see here. Really, you need to be more clickbaity content reviews. No, not necessarily. Just because I'm looking at your channel now, I love the stuff you're covering. Again, Lovecraft Country, I love that. I'm gonna have to watch your video that you did here, the ending. You got This Is Us, Jingle Jangle, which I enjoy. So I love what the stuff you're covering, and I'm excited to dive deep into your thoughts on some of this content. So yeah, just keep pushing. Again, you got some great stuff you're talking about, and I'm excited to dive deep into your channel. So again, like I said, with the advice here is I'm loving the diverse content you got on your channel. I love the stuff that you're covering. So just keep moving forward. And I'm pretty sure you're going to be the next big thing in this space. So I really appreciate you stopping by. And again, I'm going to be checking out your content later on. So for sure. Thank you for the support. I truly love your channel. Your chat with video helped me process how I was feeling. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. He's a hero of mine, and rest in peace, rest in power, Chadwick Boseman. Excited for Deadpool 3. Hell yeah. Can't wait. Excited for it. See what they're going to do with rated R-ness and how they're going to bring him into the universe. AJ, what's up? This is my man right here. AJ Reacts 2. Yo, congrats on AK, my man. You have inspired me so much over the time I've known you. Looking forward to working with you again. Yes, I can't wait to do more collabs with you, AJ. Check out AJ Reacts 2. He is doing a fantastic job of reacting. He talks about diverse content. I mean, my man talks about movies, TV, music videos, and all that great stuff. And I know he's not doing as much movie reviews as he used to. And I know he has like a channel update on his channel, I think in December, to kind of give us an update on what we can expect from that great channel of his. So definitely show some love to AJ Reacts 2. Batman is a close second for me. Oh, I can't wait. Unvengeance. I think you're late. All right, guys. So you know what? It's been an hour and 53 minutes, and it's been a great hour and 53 minutes from the great questions, comments, the super chats, the support, the love, the congratulations, the celebration, the great questions. And I am more than appreciative of you guys stopping by, taking the time out of your Saturday on this 21st of November. I can't believe it's Thanksgiving in a couple of days. But nonetheless, again, man, like I said up top, guys, if you would have asked me September 4th of 2017, 8,000 subscribers 3 years later, I would have been like, you're crazy. Well, first off, if I would have said in 2020, there would have been a pandemic and all this crazy stuff, that would have been crazy to just think of. But again, the support, the love, the like, the shares, the comments, the growth, the community, the wonderful people I've met, collab with, people that have been on this channel, people I am big fans of. Again, AJ, we had, Nerdy Blurbs, we had Brando, we had Austin Burke, we had, so many Christian Knight, we had so many great people that stopped by, and I'm a big fan of their content. So seeing, them on here was fantastic. And then seeing you guys on here, meeting some new people for the first time, it's just been great. So again, guys, if you haven't already, make sure you gave this video a thumbs up, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Definitely support the channel. And again, I'm more than appreciative and honored with the 8,000 subscribers. And let's just keep it chucking. Let's keep it moving and keep seeing to grow this channel and continue to meet some awesome people and continue to talk about some great movies and shows, guys. So with that being said, a couple other comments before we head out. Lots of love. Appreciate the love, my friend. Wishing you more growth on the channel. Thank you so much. Let's see here. I'm super late. Just say, hey, I appreciate you stopping by. Check out the replay. We had a good time today. 20K next year. Let's go, Jay. Let's keep it going, buddy. Keep that growth going. But again, guys, thank you so much. You stay safe. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow for my Undoing fans. We'll be talking about episode 5. And then, Fargo on Monday, or Fargo Tuesday, a teacher on Monday, and then a lot of great movie reviews coming for you guys next week. Can't wait to talk about them. But again, guys, hope you're staying safe. Thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, guys.